Hey, welcome back. This is EC's EDC, and today we are taking a look at one of Aer's newest bags. This is the City Pack Pro 2, and this one happens to be an Ultra. So today in this video, this is definitely preliminary, not a long-term review, but I wanted to chat about some of the things that they've changed from the previous version to this version. I've had the old version in Cordura, I've got the new one in Ultra, so we'll talk about that as well. And just generally, thoughts and feelings. Might be something you're looking to buy. Hopefully this helps. That's really the goal of the channel. So let's dive in. So before we even jump into the bag, let's go over some specs. Let's look at the dimensions and see what it looks like. So this bag in particular is made of Ultra 400X. It has a very similar Ripstop interior. You've seen their blue sign approved gray interior. The bag features YKK zips and Duraflex hardware. And dimensions, this is going to be 18 inches by 12.5 by 7 inches and come in at 2.57 pounds. So this bag, shape-wise, very similar all around to the first version. You're gonna see some slight weight differences depending if you're looking at Cordura versus the Ultra. Super minimal, but ever so slightly there is a difference. So I've had this, I bought it when it first released. I wanted to get my hands on it. So I've had it for a few weeks as of filming, and generally I'm pretty stoked on it. It's a great version 2. I want to give props to Aer. Not a lot of companies really listen to feedback. They do what their vision is and they do what they think is best. But when you have, people talking about what they like about a bag, what they don't like about a bag, and you can act on that feedback and then also continue to make it better, that's a pretty cool thing to do. And I think Aer overall did a really great job. So props to them. And let's dive in and let's check it out. So again, we've got that 400X exterior, and you're gonna have that same signature zipper right across the front. You're gonna have that pretty voluminous front pocket. And in here, I've got an Evergoods Element pouch here with some masks and some hand sanitizer. And then also in here we have a key clip. So this is the Duraflex key clip, spring-loaded clasp. Feels really premium, it's a nice touch. And you'll notice this Ultra bag is gonna highlight and feature this sort of lime green interior, which is half the reason I bought it in Ultra. I think it looks awesome. I do wish the entire bag was that color. They do reserve it for a few pockets, but nevertheless, it's great. Now on the front of the bag, you're gonna notice these counter pulls, and these are great for opening and closing the bag. These are made of Hypalon, and you can get your finger in them. You can just grab them. The zipper is also made of Hypalon. And here we have a YKK number 10. You can see the coated zipper here. So you're getting some additional weatherproofing there as well. A little bit of branding down here at the front. You get a sort of flush Hypalon tag with Aer's logo. And then there is a front pocket here up top. This is pretty good in terms of volume. You do get some nice dimension that is independent. And inside here, I've got triple aught design booster pod. I've got my journal. I wanted to showcase the size of these stretch pockets. So this one is gonna fit a alpaca passport wallet quite easily. It's gonna fit a notebook. Some small pouches are gonna be great here. I've got my work badge in the second one. And that's really it outside of this zipper pocket with another small pouch in it. Worth noting, inside here you've got your your little AirTag slot for hiding a tile or an AirTag or some sort of tracking chip, which is a great feature. I love that Aer includes that. And you know, this is pretty good. It did look like the admin panel on the City Pack, not the Pro, the City Pack, the new one, is a little bit bigger, a little bit deeper, a little bit more versatile perhaps, but you know, I opted to go for the Pro. So you do get some great size, great dimension, ample organization, not overkill. You're not like being forced to put all your little things here and there, but it's certainly plentiful if you want to get creative, and you can even throw some pouches in there. So let's take a look at the sides of the bag. One difference to version 2 is you're going to have 2 bottle pockets. These are symmetrical, the sides, for the most part. We've got a handle, which is slightly different. This handle is a little bit more thick. It feels a little bit more stout, and it's still very comfortable. I think Aer's always been on par when it comes to finishing touches, you know, what you're grabbing onto, how you're experiencing the bag. So this still feels great. The previous one was a little wider, maybe a little thinner, and very plush, but these are great handles. You get a gusseted water bottle or a side pocket here for a bottle, and on one side you get a plastic D-ring, which is great. You can secure things in here, taller items, tripods, using this. So it's nice that they have that. And for bottle fit, we'll just go through a couple here. Zojirushi 20-ounce insulated thermos. Fits great, no problem. Feels very secure. Another popular one, the Yeti Rambler. This is the 18-ounce. This also fits in there pretty well, super secure for the most part. And then we got some bigger bottles. This is your classic Nalgene. And you know, if you really wanted it to, it will fit, but you're definitely pushing inwards. You can see, maybe not from your view, but the side of the bag is bowing and the bottle's sort of putting pressure on the inside of the bag. I don't know if I'd recommend putting one of those big ones in there. And here's an Awala, the larger 32 ounce as well. That fits better than the Nalgene, but it doesn't feel like it's putting as much stress on the elastic strap, which is great because that's your point of failure in the long run, how much this is going to withstand expanding and contracting. So overall, bottle pockets seem great. The gusset's going to only allow it to go a certain way down, but you know, just be aware of that, but pretty good. And on the other side, as I mentioned, they are pretty symmetrical. The only difference here, you get a logo and there's no D-ring. So, quick look at the bottom side of the bag. No real padding, you know, it's just a couple layers of the ultra fabric and the liner. So keep that in mind. All right, so that is, you know, majority of the bag. The only thing we have left to take a look at before we hit the harness is the top. And up top, we get that same style handle that we saw on the sides. Again, it's nice, it's comfortable, it's plush. It is different from the first version though. And you can even see how it is raised, making it very easy to grab. And these extra side handles will make it very easy to manipulate on the go. And finally, we have one more little zipper, which is gonna expose the quick access pocket. And in here, I've just got a phone, passport, and a hero clip, just sort of to demonstrate the size. Glasses, you know, they'll fit in there great. I wouldn't call it a microfiber liner, but it's this softer material. It does feel like it's got a little bit of a stretch to it. And it doesn't get, I don't think it's gonna get dirty like a microfiber will cling to dust and lint and stuff. So I like it, it's a good choice, and big fan of the color. That lime green looks so nice. So we've got aqua-coated or AquaGuard zippers, including the quick access. This one even has a little zipper garage, which is a nice touch. and that's also a locking zipper. All right, so harness system. This is where we're gonna see a couple more changes. It'll be easier to see when the bag is on body, but the bag sits on your shoulders much more evenly. The previous bag kind of had this feeling it was falling backwards. You had to kind of really cinch it in close to your body to keep it from having that sag feeling. That's different. And they've adjusted the way the straps sit. They've adjusted the width between the straps. And I think the adjustments they've made are positive. Aer has forever been a company that, in my opinion, prioritized comfort. They always had very large and plush foam back paneling. This bag is no exception. It's the same. Straps also super soft and squishy. This is a comfortable bag to wear. And the best thing that they did on this bag, they switched the orientation of the luggage pass-through. And it's secured by a little bit of hook and loop, which is a nice touch so it stays flush and out of the way. So big fan there. But looking at the straps, one D-loop on the right strap, you do get a Fidlock sternum strap like you see on pretty much all the Aer products. And you got the Duraflex tri-glides and strap keepers to keep your dangle down to a minimum. So nice changes. Bag is more comfortable than the previous version, and I'm a big fan of the luggage pass-through. Switched over to that orientation. So, you know, before we jump into the bag, I wish I still had my V1 so I could put it up next to this one. This bag, its change in dimension and geometry is a little bit sleeker. It's less boxy. If you can find two side-by-side pictures, I'll try to throw them on the screen here. The version 1 is very boxy. It's that signature Aer look. This has a little bit more of a tapered design. It's a little bit more oval-ish. I think it looks really great. And the profile is also less boxy. It's got a nice taper going down across the top, and you know, it completes that as you come across the front of the bag. So Aer is making some great updates and really quality changes to V2 here. So before we look inside the main compartment, we will pull the tech compartment open. One difference between the Pro Pack, or the City Pack Pro, versus the regular City Pack is that you get a dedicated tech area with the Pro. So here there is a padded, suspended laptop sleeve, super padded. Easily is going to fit your 16-inch Mac. Has a little bit of dimension so it can fit some thicker machines, just so you know. And then on the back side here, we have another sleeve where I've got an 11-inch iPad stashed in there. Now between the laptop compartment and the iPad sleeve, or the notebook sleeve, or the document sleeve, whatever you want to call this, you can use this to put books, magazines, whatever. It does go all the way down to the bottom. So if you put things in here, you know, this is not padded. But plentiful organization for the few things that you're going to be carrying in regard to your tech. And that tech compartment is also closed by a, I believe it's a number 8 YKK aqua guarded zip. Now what we'll do is we will take a look at the main compartment. So opening up the bag, we can see a little bit of that lime green interior here, that quick access pocket. And we'll take a look at what I am carrying sort of in my everyday going to work and back loadout. I have a pair of headphones for my commute, my Philip Rabot admin pouch for all my tech accessories. I have a Evergoods half cap, which has just some basic DOP items, you know, getting cleaned up at work throughout the day. And I keep a small Arc'teryx jacket in here as a extra layer during these sort of weirder shoulder months. Now, inside the bag, we have an elastic sleeve, which is great for holding notebooks, documents, and such. I keep just a moleskin notebook in there. And that's about all there is to mention on the inside of the main compartment. You do get a little tag here that has some product information. And on the inside of the panel, there are 2 pockets. You really get to see that Ripstop gray liner here. And the internal zips are, I love this little heat shrink on a small bit of paracord or rope. It's a nice touch. And you get that lime green interior as well. So just some couple snacks for the day. And this top pocket has the same material used in the quick access pocket is done here, but in a gray color. And you're gonna see that Ripstop green material here behind that. So that is our walkthrough. That is the City Pack Pro 2. Again, this one's in Ultra, so you get those lime green accents. You're gonna have the aqua guarded zippers, and you know, you're gonna spend a little bit more money to get this version. Now, we went through and talked about a lot of the changes and some of the things that Aer did really well in making this version 2. But, you know, I can't just sit here and gush about a great bag. I do think there are some things I liked from version 1. Most notably, I don't think I need 2 bottle pockets. I was a huge fan of that small little zipper pocket. I think it was actually on this side. The small zipper pocket that was right here, perfect for your AirPods, your keys. I used to stick my work badge in there, a little bit of cash. That was truly like a quick access pocket. I could just sling the bag, zip in, zip out, grab what I needed. And I do think it's a bit of a shame that that is gone. So that's my biggest gripe with this bag, but having 2 side pockets does have benefit. Water and a coffee, or you just need to stash your gloves or a hat. These are very useful and versatile as well. So trade-offs, of course. The only thing I could say is if you've ever had a Peak Design bag, their travel bag has 2 water bottles, and they also integrate that little zip pocket. So, you know, wishful thinking, best of both worlds, literally, in that case. The only thing that I thought worth mentioning was this bag is very symmetrical. You know, you get the 2 pockets, but the one thing that they didn't put in both sides is this D-loop. So if you plan on using this to secure items, tripods, larger, taller bottles, whatever, just note that it's only on one of the 2 sides. But, you know, all in all, so far I'm a huge fan. I really do like Ultra fabric. I'm coming around to it. I kind of avoided it for a little while when it first showed up, but I am a fan and I do like the patina. Generally, huge fan of the Aer City Pack Pro 2. Great job. You know, the fact that they listen to feedback is amazing. You really don't always see that. So vertical pass through, dual bottle pockets, a little bit more sleek design. You get the Ultra fabric, which is pretty cool. I like the green interior. And you know, there's a couple other changes that are just super nice. And you know, again, you're paying a premium if you go the Ultra version, but if you just want the Cordura version, this is a great bag at a great price, and I would definitely recommend it from my limited use case that I've had for the last few weeks with this. So thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. If you have any questions about the City Pack Pro 2 or anything else, feel free to drop in the comments. I'll get back to you. Take care, and until the next one, be good.